Hey, it's Prepper Frank, and I'm back this week for Sage Creek Prepping. And so, to start off the week, let's say, remember water. Store as much water as you possibly can. Water is the number one thing for storage. Water, water, water. Now then, I want to talk a little bit about the weather we had last week. We had some aurora borealis, which was caused by coronal mass ejections. It did knock some satellites out. It did interfere with radios and some TVs and stuff. So, if they got really bad, and we have had them before, one was back in the 1800s, fried everything, telegraph even went out. We could have the same thing happen today. And look, if it gets hit to that point, your electric grid is not going to come back in a week or a month. In all likelihood, it's going to be a year to years because they do not have the transformers in order to replace the ones that get fried out. They do not exist. They build them as needed, and for some cockeyed reason, they build them in China. We gotta stop this stuff. It's idiotic. Stuff needs to be made right here. People need to work. We need transformers. They need to build them here. But anyway, off that subject, what I want to talk about is radios real quick. There's several types. The family radio system, FRS, that's your walkie talkies and stuff that you get your kids. It's good for a mile, maybe two. That's about it. And they don't talk real good, and you don't get real good reception with them. The next level up from that is called GMRS. It's mainly commercial entities, businesses use it a lot. You can get a GMRS license. I think it's like $35 for 10 years for the family. It's cheap. That'll get you out probably about 20 miles or so. Then you step up and you've got the CB radio. Used to, that was a grand thing. When bad weather hits or whatever, you can still get a lot of information off of the CB, especially on Channel 19 listening to the truckers, but you have to put up with a lot of filth and talk on there for it. Citizen band radio. And then we come into the ham radios. Excuse me. A lot of people are afraid of ham radios for some reason. You shouldn't be. It's just another form of radio. Are they a little more complicated? Yes, they are. Are they so technical you can't figure them out? No, I think just about anybody can figure them out. That's my suggestion. My number one suggestion is ham radios, store them in Faraday cages so EMPs can't get to them. Then, after the EMP, bring them bad boys out, and you've got a communication system. A lot of these others rely on one thing or another, and the communication's not great on them. You can buy cheap ones like Balfangs, Yezzers. I mean, there's just all kinds of them. Literally hundreds of brands. And you can buy them from $25 radios all the way up to $2,500 radios. But remember, with ham, it's not as much the power that's important, the wattage. Not so much important there. What is important is the antenna. You need good antennas to talk on ham radio any distance. But they are just about a fail-safe as long as you keep them protected in the Faraday cage. Maybe you need two sets. Maybe you need one set in case weather gets bad and you need to grab something real fast and your wife's scat. Maybe you need something that is protected from an EMP. So maybe you need two sets. One that you're going to use normally and one stored away just in case. Because there's a very real chance we could have a CME or even an EMP. But honestly, if there's an EMP detonated over the United States, that's going to be a world war, and it probably all going to be for naught anyway, right? So, GMRS will work short distances. CB radio will work short distances, and you got to put up with a lot of filth on there. Family radio, FRS, that's your walkie-talkies that you buy your kids. Those really ain't very good for a whole lot. Some people say use your cell phones, but listen, if the stuff is fried out, your cell towers are going to be down also. That's just a fact. Ham radio in a Faraday cage is your best bet. Absolute best bet. And getting licensed is not that big a deal. It really is not. You can probably do it for under $100 getting your general license. So, this is Prepper Frank, and I'll be looking at y'all next week. And until next week, God bless, be safe, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you, and goodbye.